So I am loving your story and want to hear more about how you guys met because I think you said something about being high school sweethearts. So tell me about the first time you met and how you fell in love.
Well, we met when we were in high school. We lived in the same neighborhood. Both our parents, our dads, were in the military. And so there were a lot of military people in that neighborhood. He'll tell you that as we were walking along,
She grabbed my hand.
No, I didn't. You grabbed mine.
Came on to me.
I didn't.
Okay, so I think that's the story right there is the fact that you don't even know who grabbed each other's hand first. How cute is that?
He'll go to his grave saying, I grabbed his, but I didn't. He grabbed
Yeah, we've been debating about this for about 50 years.
I don't think you're going to settle it, but that's okay. So, tell me about how your love grew and how you came to decide that this was your future together here at McDonald's. How did that happen?
Well, let's see. I owned a real estate company, and he worked at the university and at where we lived. And my girlfriend had gotten into McDonald's, and she had said that she thought that we would be a really good fit. She was in her training part for the registered applicant, and I'm like, I don't know anything about making hamburgers. Oh no, they'll teach you everything. So we applied. We didn't think. I applied, one person at a time. So I applied, and we really didn't think they were even going to call us. Because at that time they had like 20,000 people a year, and they only interviewed like 2,000. Then they only took like 200, and we were like, yeah, this is a long shot. So they did. They sent us a letter and asked us to come for an interview in 1989. And we got there, and they talked to us for a long time. My girlfriend said, you'll only be in there about 15 or 20 minutes. But we were in there about an hour. And then they said, okay, either one of you who wants to do it. Oh my gosh. But you have to go through what they call OJE. It's an on-the-job evaluation to see how we respond to certain things. So we had to drive about
Kansas City.
Kansas City from Little Rock, Arkansas. Russellville. So it was quite a drive back. So all the way back, he kept saying, why don't you let me do it? Why don't you let me do it? And I'm like, what? But it made sense because his job was more regulated hours, and mine was 7 days a week because I was a real estate broker. So that's how we got in, and he started first.
I love it. Well, I have really been loving talking about how McDonald's has become your family and how many people have stayed with you for many years. But I also know it's a true family affair for your family, and I'd love to hear more about how McDonald's has contributed to it being a locally owned family business for you.
Okay, so one of the things that we looked at when we looked at McDonald's, besides it being very community involved, was that there were opportunities once you got into the business for your children to go through a program called Second Generation. And that's totally if they're interested in doing it. A lot of people don't want to do it, they have other interests, but a lot of kids, they get into it and they just, decide that they want to be in the family business. And it's something that, we've got operators that are like third and fourth generation operators.
Wow.
So it's really it's a big Mac family, and it's a Mac family in your own restaurant. And then, we have several couples that are, married couples that work with us that are have been with us for like 10, 15, 20 years. And so, it just kind of pulls everybody together. And so that's one of the things we wanted. And so our son is involved. He's an operator also. But his dad and I travel quite a bit with work with McDonald's. And so he runs our business on top of his restaurant too. So it's really great.
That's tremendous. That's a really special opportunity that you don't hear about so often anymore.
Nope.
Multi-generational family businesses. That's great.
You know, most people see McDonald's as corporate. They don't realize how many operators, how many people own restaurants. The operator-owned restaurants are like 10 times more than the corporate stores.
That's awesome to know.
Yeah, and majority of the franchisees worked in McDonald's. And they started off with working in the cashier or as in the kitchen. Then they end up owning their own restaurants.
That's tremendous. So there really is opportunity
Yes.
to grow from an entry-level position to.
There are 6, 7 operators in this area that started as crew.
That is awesome.
Yeah.